Lately, I have been hearing from indie developers that the platformer genre is dead and that it's better to make your first game a horror or a roguelike. In this video, I will try to explain why I am developing a platformer and why I chose this genre over something more trendy. I love platformers. Among the simple genres for solo development, I have played platformers the most, even when I was much younger and just played everything I could get my hands on. Games like Ori, Braid, Super Meat Boy and Celeste stood out to me. For example, I don't really remember any great 2D horror games, although I'm sure there are many excellent ones out there. And even when I studied them, I just couldn't see myself as their developer. It's simply not what I'm passionate about. The same goes for roguelikes. I have played a few, but I quickly lost interest in them. In other words, I don't understand what makes these games great. Unlike platformers, which I have enjoyed for a very long time. Yes, before developing any game, it's important to study similar titles, but even while studying them, you need to understand your own goals. If the genre is new to me, my level of expertise will be low. This means I would have to spend much more time studying various games to understand what makes them great. I want to create something I would enjoy playing myself. Even back when I was 14 and playing Ori and the Wild Forest, I was amazed at how clearly the levels were made. The same goes for Super Meat Boy. I like this kind of gameplay, and I want to make sure that players who also enjoy it have a great time in my game. During the development of my platformer, I had to learn the C# programming language. The most challenging part for me was implementing character movement. In a platformer, this is the most crucial element. Creating any game would require me to learn something new. But I believe that platformers demand a higher level of coding skills. The same goes for learning level design. I find it fascinating to shape the game spaces for the player, thinking about how a player might want to reach their goal, building the progression of difficulty and guiding players with light. All of it are very intriguing to me. Also, I can intuitively grasp why I enjoy playing certain levels in Super Meat Boy or Celeste, but I don't quite understand how to create engaging game spaces in roguelike. Platformers often feature a limited number of mechanics, especially classic ones, but this limitation is where the charm lies. In such cases, I believe it's easier to surprise players compared to, say, a horror game. With fewer mechanics, you delve deeper into each one, rather than spreading out. Each mechanic carries significant weight and importance, as taught by Jesse Shell and other game design gurus. When designing levels, I constantly stretch my creativity to find innovative solutions within this familiar genre. I understand that I'm probably not inventing something entirely new, but that's not my current goal. I want to learn how to make video games and create engaging levels. Designing game spaces for a platformer is, in my opinion, an excellent exercise for this. And yes, I'm not considering genres like 3D shooters because I'm not looking into 3D development at this point. However, top-down shooters shouldn't be overlooked. They are relatively simple to create and serve as a good exercise in designing engaging levels and cohesive gameplay. Even though I understand that the interest in the platformer genre isn't particularly high, I don't think I would be inspired to work on anything else right now. I have always wanted to develop a platformer, and currently I'm genuinely enjoying this process. I won't regret my time spent on it if it doesn't get featured on Steam's recommendations like some horror or roguelike games. What's important is that I'm doing what I love. Please don't forget to add Leo the Square to your wishlist. It would mean a lot to me. And let me know your thoughts. Which genre do you think is the best for a beginner indie developer?